Alright, this is the Drolet. I just started it. I've still got the door open to feed it some air. It's starting to get going. And you can kind of see that. I'm about into the burn zone. I won't start the fan until I'm in the burn zone and I've got the door closed. This rod, when it's pointed in this direction, the flue diverter is closed, so it's producing maximum heat. If I were to flip it down like that, the flue is open, so you'll see the fire will get much more energetic, but you're wasting all your heat out the pipe. So that's the way we want it right now because we're so close to the burn temperature. This is the Drolet. The model number is it's a 19262. It's a Myriad. You'll see them for sale as Myriad, M-Y-R-I-A-D. There's your fan assembly there. Down here, this is the fresh air intake kit, and I have not hooked it up yet. What are you doing, cat? That is going to get hooked up and put through the floor. It's a 5-inch vent. This is for the thermostat. You can put a thermostat in here and connect it to the fan, and it will come. The fan will come on automatically when the temperature raises. The fan basically just blows through the back. You can't really see that, but it blows through the back of the heater. It sits on a pedestal, and this is your damper for controlling the air. I've got enough fire now that I'm going to go ahead and close the door, and you should see, there you go, see how the fire is spreading out on top there? That's because the air is actually coming from the top and coming down and feeding the flames, and that's where it gets its efficiency from. I'm going to open it again just a little bit. Now I've had this for about 2 years now. I really like the heater. It works a lot better than some of the more expensive models, and I think that's because they build it cheaper, but they build it more reliable. I think it's just more reliable than some of the really expensive models, because the more expensive models of heaters, they use a secondary burn chamber. Instead of just blasting the air down on top of the wood, the smoke and everything goes through a secondary burn chamber, and the secondary burn chambers get all clogged up, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to clean. This one doesn't have a secondary burn chamber necessarily, it just diverts to the top. But at any rate, it's Drolet. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, but it works really well. We've had it for 2 years. The only problems I've had have been flu related. We had a cap on the top, and it had a bird screen, and that bird screen would sit up, and it basically stopped the draw of the unit. So we took the bird screen out, and we haven't had any problems since. I don't know if a bird will ever get down there, but if it does, it's pretty easy to just pull the pipe off and take the dead bird out, and you're good. But as far as the heater, it puts out a crap load of heat. Like I said, it's a Myriad. We actually burned this one. It's an old cast iron. The problem with this one is we got it too hot. You can see the white on it. We got it too hot and we cracked it. So we went back with this one here. I'm quite pleased with it. Keep in mind that the different models of Drolet will tell you that they put out, so many BTUs of heat. This is one of the bigger models, and when it gets down into the 20s, it puts out just enough heat in the 20s. When it's in the 40s outside, it puts out too much heat. But I would suggest I was going bigger, because you can build a little bit smaller fire. This fire that I got going right now, it's pretty small fire. You can actually build it much bigger than that. If you have any other questions, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you with them. I've had it for 2 years, and I'm really pleased with it so far. I think it works really well. I'll show you that secondary burn again. There, the door just closed. Now you can see how the air is washing down on top of it. And I'm in the burn zone now, so I can turn on the fan. And you can adjust the fan down. You can make it low to high. Anyways, that's the Drolet Myriad. I'll show you the flue real quick. I went single wall into a double wall. That goes up into the adapter up there, which turns into a triple wall. So I've actually got triple wall flue going through the ceiling. It was really easy to put in. Drolet Myriad. There goes Zeus.